And we're back. And we return to Redmont to get some new stuff. Better sword, better shield. Can we equip it all? The Madman equipment. And we look kind of freaky. I like the purple shield though. Even though it's clearly not purple. Oh, it's got a little bit on it, but... And it's kind of expensive. Oh, 750, I thought it was 700. Oh, can make our weapon better. And I guess a shield. And now we're broke. In both regards. And before we leave, there you go, that's the thing. Where he talks about the slippery shoes. Mr. Adol, are these really berm leaves? Can I have them, please? I can use them to save my Picards. Really? Yay, thanks, Mr. Adol. I think I have plenty now. You're awesome, Mr. Adol. Thanks to you, they're all gonna get better. Oh yeah. Around here, when somebody helps you, give them a thank you gift. It's the Felghana way, so here's my gift to you. Not sure where you got this thing, but thanks. I do believe you saved my Picards, mister. Thanks so much from me and them. More health. Okay. Now we don't slip on this, and I fall right off anyway. That's just awesome. I don't think there's anything else down there, just the boots. We want to get through this maze as quickly as we can. See if I can remember where all the treasure is, so I don't have to backtrack a whole bunch. You are lucrative, you can die. Well, sometimes you're lucrative. Whoa. You are far less. Au revoir. Ow. Where is it safe to fall? No! I hate those little platforming segments. It's actually far less trouble to just cut it out and tack it on in the final product, but I am that lazy. Your shadow is your best friend in these segments. Just walk straight, I see. Yeah. You guys give more money than most monsters here. What the hell? Some rich bees. Just some bees, please. Oh yeah, we have extras to grab with our new power. I can remember where those all are even. It's down there, anything? I'm pretty sure there is something down that hole. Rock monster, get out of my way. More Revo. Well, now we have enough for the other one. The shield. I'll get that later, though. No, the armor, not the shield. There? I think this is probably, yeah, the other way down. Ow. Screw you too. Slightly tougher pigmen. Emphasis on slightly. If that were earth magic, we could slam through these. Which means we're gonna have to go back and find all the other trapped walls we've seen throughout the game. Okay. Not fun fighting you on a slope. So much rebel. I think that's our only reason. Wow, so much money. Another reason to come over here is for that. Yeah, you keep doing your thing, roly-poly. I don't care. I may as well keep fighting. We're gonna get another level soon. These levels are awesome. We're halfway to max level. We're probably not going to reach the next level. Whoa, frame drop. Probably shouldn't be compressing while recording, but... So far it's nothing too bad, just the odd case of frame drop. Give me that money. We're right back up to 20k already. It goes so much quicker later in the game. We're actually nearing the end. After this we only have 2. Quit it! Bubble beam is not supposed to be effective. Wait, wasn't bubble beam awesome? Yeah, it was just bubble that wasn't effective. I remember there being some sort of water beam that I really liked. I used to be such a nerd for Pokemon, and now I don't really remember anything. And I like Generation 4 the most simply because the move system actually makes sense. It always pissed me off. I would give Shadow Ball to my Gardevoir, but it wouldn't do anything because it counts as a physical attack simply because it's a ghost move. Which didn't make any sense to me. Like, how all fire moves were specials, so Blaze Kick didn't do as much as it should have. Which way do we want to go? Lucky left? Doesn't matter. Anyway, that isn't in the pit of spikes. You don't get hurt by the pit of spikes. Ah, we get murdered. Screw you then. Ah, no. And one herb and we're all better. We found the secret bugger below the clove. Really poly. Oh, did we level up? I didn't even notice. Hey, another one of these. Almost at 300 health. Actually, one more of those and we will be at 300 health. Or 2 levels, whichever comes first. That was actually an effective use of the bracelet. Don't get used to that. I have 500 revolver soon, and down there is nothing. If they keep dropping it like that. Oop, I think we're at the end. Well, didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. Level 31. We're always a level behind a very easy profile. Hello there. It's a giant clump of ice. Faint sounds of breathing can be heard emanating from within. Because it's alive! This guy is actually really easy. Boost mode lasts longer, and those takes way longer to fill, apparently. Ah. Earthquake. I would have said like an ice statue or something, but the 4 statues began resonating with one another and emitting an unnatural light in the process. Whoa, bigger earthquake. As the light faded, the entire cavern grew deathly quiet. Also... Oh. Never mind then. I thought it didn't let you warp. The rocks were packed too tightly to be broken with a terror bracelet. Adol was trapped. Hey! Is that you in there, Adol? Are you hurt? Adol shouted back that he was uninjured. Glad to hear my little buddy's okay. That quake caused some of the crevassed walls to collapse. I managed to pick my way across, though. But now we've got to do something about these rocks. How'd you get across so quickly? Adol, I'm gonna need you to step back for a second, okay? Here we go. Dude. Just punched through a rock slide. Is your hand okay? That's what I'm screaming. Wall zero, Dogi the Wall Crusher like a million. Who needs doors when they got me? That was a new record too, I think. Never took down solid rock before. Should get me in the history books. So, looks like we found another statue. Is that all of them? Come on, let's head back to the master's house. Bye by me. Oh, hey, right on cue. Chester, you're here. Of course, I've been kept well apprised of your actions. Seems you have all 4 statues now. Sword? So, as I said before, I think you best give them to me. Chester, there's just one thing I need to know. What are you planning to do with these statues? A mere knight dares not question the motivations of Count McGuire. Though I cannot entirely plead ignorance, I've heard some rumblings on the nature of his glorious plan. That's not what I asked you. I want to know what you plan to do with them. Sad music. How long have you known? I knew from the very beginning. I didn't believe for a second that you felt such contempt toward Elena. That's just not you. And I really couldn't see you serving someone as obviously corrupt as McGuire. Not willingly, anyway. So I figure, if you've got something else up your sleeve... Your oafish exterior belies your perceptive nature. It always has. Out with it, Chester. What are you really up to? Very well. I suppose this is as good a time as any. What I seek is revenge. Revenge? You were born in Felghana, so undoubtedly you're familiar with Genos Island, no? I've never told you this before, but that is the land where my sister and I were born. What? Wait a second. I always heard that Genos Island was wiped out by some kind of plague or something. Indeed, we speak of the same place. However, it was not plague, but monsters that brought about the island's ruin. Monsters? Yes, monsters with the appearance of human skeletons clad in armor. We fight them soon. They appeared out of nowhere and simply started massacring all the villagers. Our warriors fought back, of course, but the creatures just wouldn't stay dead. We stood no chance. In the end, Elena and I were the sole survivors of the attack. But why? Why would monsters suddenly just appear like that? It was no random occurrence, and therein lies the rub. McGuire was directly responsible for the massacre. He enlisted the services of a dark sorcerer for the task. I wonder if that's the same dude we've been seeing pop up now and then. My people were the descendants of Genos himself. We were charged with guarding the holy artifacts that had locked away the Demon Lord's power to prevent their misuse. I would assume McGuire simply considered us a threat to his ambitions. And that's how my sister and I were orphaned and came to live with the mayor of Redmont. It's no surprise that Elena's memories of the events have been suppressed, given their extreme horrific nature. Then, you want revenge on McGuire, yes. He will be destroyed by the very power he so desperately seeks. And he won't be the only one. I intend to see to it that every living creature in Valestein Castle burns in hell. Dude, what did the women ever do to you? And the guard? He's just doing his job, man. Perhaps then the wounded, defiled souls of my ancestral people can finally know true justice. At long last, after all these years, their anger and hatred will be appeased. And eliminating the parasitic slime who sits on Valestein's throne will benefit the entirety of Felghana as well. Now then, why don't you hand over the statue so this can all fall into place? To be honest, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to react to all this. I can't pretend to know how you feel, but just hear me out on one thing. Let's just say that your plan succeeds, and you do get your revenge. What then? Do you think it'll make Elena happy? Hell, will it even really make you happy? Sure, Maguire might be a horrible man, and he may even deserve what you're planning for him. But imagine how Elena would feel knowing the depths you've sunk to in the name of vengeance. Do you think she'd be proud of what you accomplished? If you just step back and think about it, I know you'll find some other less drastic way to deal with Maguire. If I explained everything to the townsfolk, they'd understand, and I bet they'd do what they could to help too. If everyone banded together, we could drive Maguire out of Felghana for good, send him into exile. You don't have to disgrace yourself over scum like him. So come on. Please, Chester, you have to put a stop to this before it's too late. Come back to town with us. We can all sit down and have a good time, maybe enjoy one of Elena's home-cooked meals. Look how far I've come, though. Do you honestly believe I can go back now, after all this? No. There's no turning back for me. Oh dear. That's a lot of blood. Chester. You stupid son of a bitch. Gah. There is still time to save him. If you want him to live, give me the statues now. Adol gave the statues to Chester. Hero mode. Excellent. Now, I can use the power of these statues to hurtle all of Valestein Castle into the darkest depths of hell. I hardly need to say it at this point, but you may wish to reconsider trying to stop me. Unless, of course, you want to end up like him. And he just casually walks away. I can't believe Chester attacked Dogi. This is all my fault, actually. 12 years ago, I served as a Valestein Knight. I was there on Genos Island that day. All the knights were. Our task was to provide backup for Maguire's sorcerer. In other words, we were to man the sidelines and terminate any villagers who tried to escape, and we did just that. But then I met the Stoddart children, and despite my sworn oath to Maguire, I couldn't bring myself to harm them. I hid them instead and snuck them away from the carnage. But I knew I couldn't raise them, so I left them with the mayor and shamefully ran away to this godforsaken shack. I spent my days slowly unraveling Maguire's plans and researching the old tales of Genos and Galbalon. Chester never knew of my knighthood, but he was always well aware that I saved his life, so he and Dogi would often visit. As such, while secretly investigating Maguire, I also took it upon myself to train the two of them in the art of war. Dogi's departure aside, things continue in this matter until last year. Around the time monsters started appearing all across Felghana, Chester came to see me in quite a panic. The monsters had brought his memories of Genos Island to the surface, and he had no idea how to cope. I told him everything, every single thing I knew about his past and about my role within it. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I suppose I was looking for some manner of just catharsis. But all it did was exacerbate Chester's desire for revenge. To be perfectly honest, I haven't the slightest idea what Chester intends to do with the statues. But if he's willing to stab an old friend to get them, then I doubt there's much hope of talking him down. If we let him continue unchecked, the damage he inflicts won't be limited to Valestein Castle, but all of Felghana. Adol, I must ask that you go back to town immediately and tell Mayor Edgar everything that's happened. You needn't worry, I'll take care of Dogi, and once he's back on his feet, I intend to pay the castle a visit. Adol saw a look of pain flash across Dogi's face and wished he could offer some comfort. He's in bad shape, but he's also one hell of a fighter. All he needs is some rest and he'll be out of the woods in no time. I like this music. Now, bad stuff is going down back at town, but before we go there, we have some extras to grab, if I can remember where they all are. So I'm going to cut the video here, and we're going to go extras hunting. And then we will head back to Redmont, but that's later. I'll see you then. And we are in fiery crazy town. With the first thing to smash open, which is just some Ravel ore. Quite a bit of it. I don't remember if there's another one down here. I don't think so. I know there's one here. I'm doing this all from the top of my head. I hope I find all of them. Yeah, we need to be extremely careful in this room because these are the skeletons they were talking about. We cannot fight them just yet. But the Spirit Cape is amazing. How much damage do these guys do? A whole heck of a lot. And yeah, we can't even hurt them. And there's one in the mines, where was it? Oh no, the depths is here. We want to... Would it be abandoned mine? Actually, it might be right outside this. Yeah, right here. With more skeleton guys that will completely cream me. And more Ravel. Ugh. Want the money. Holy crap. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick check to see if there's any other doors that I'm missing. Nope, it's just those 3 doors. And I believe that is every treasure that we're missing altogether, with double jump, wind magic, earth magic, everything. So, there's only one thing to do now. Let's continue the story. And oh dear. Bad stuff is going down back in our hometown. Well, it's not our hometown, but that is for next time. And I think I'll just tack this onto the other part since this was such a short secret roundup. So, we'll see you then.